I'm Elizabeth Kreutz, and I specialize in documentary sports photography. I love telling stories. I grew up as an athlete, so I love sports, and I love the connection with the people, the human aspect of sports. So I really wanted to combine the two. I love the action, but I even more so love the storytelling of what gets them there, the behind the scenes. Lance and I were friends before I started my photography business. When Lance called me to tell me he was coming back and doing the comeback in 2009, called me and said, "Hey, it's not public yet, but I'm coming back and I want you to document the whole thing. The whole year, you're gonna have full access, do whatever you want." And as a documentary photographer, that's a dream project. And I remember I said, "When do we start? Let's do this." He said, "Well, I'm going on a 6-hour ride tomorrow. Why don't you get in the back of the truck with Dave, and 3 of us will go on this 6-hour ride and you can start documenting me then." And I was looking for, I wanted that shot, like I'm back, to tell people he was serious and this was for real and it was exciting. And taking off his sunglasses, which I love because that way you get to see the eyes and it's super intense. I was looking for it and he just looked up at me and I got this one shot. And what's funny about it, the few frames before, the few frames after, not even close. This one frame, and it ended up being the cover of our book. It ended up being in an ad campaign for Nike all over the world. It was on billboards, it was on flashcards that people waved at the Tour de France. It was in windows in Milan, as big as you can imagine. So that was the shot, I think, that when I look back and people ask me about Lance, but that one is pretty iconic. I work with 2 1DX Mark II bodies. I always shoot raw. I know that with SanDisk, I'm photographing, I'm working all day. It's certain things that I don't worry about. I don't want to worry about it. I don't need to worry about it. Are my images going to be there at the end of the day? For years, I've never worried about that. And when I flip open my computer and I plug them in, done. If my memory had failed in a situation like the Lance shot in the back of the truck that I thought I got, that I actually never got the rest of the year, that exact moment that I was looking for, that was the one shot, it would be devastating. Losing something that's out of your control because a memory failed, that's not acceptable. Using SanDisk media has made a big difference in my career because I can shoot more and I don't have to worry about it. I leave the cards in there and I'm able to capture more images, and more images is what I'm all about. Documentary sports badass. I love what I do, and having a partner like SanDisk just keeps me going and keeps me inspired to be able to keep having these crazy adventures.